guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to a full moon feature review. Tonight we're looking at 101's film release of 1995's Castle Freaks, which is been released recently on the 101 Black Label. I have gone through this edition with you. When I unboxed it, you'll see it's got a slipcase, it's got a booklet, and it's got the film in Blu-ray. So before we get on to about the film, let's have a look at the special features. So this is the main menu for Castle Freaks. Let's have a look at any special features it may have. We have Get Your Own Free Content interview with Richard Band. Don't Look in the Basement interview with Barbara Champion. Freak on a Leash interview with Chris Alexandra. Castle Speak with Stuart Gordon. William Shatner interviews with Stuart Gordon, Barbara Crampton and Jeremy Coombs. Video Zone, trailer and close. So that's the special features on Castle Freak. So that there is a few special features on the film, not many, but again, lately, I mean, a lot of these company special features seem to be getting sort of like more minimal. When you look back at Arrow video releases, when they first sort of came out, they were almost like a whole disc of extra features, and now we seem to be getting just minimal on the special features. So it's more about getting this product out, and because they can't get as many special features on it, they tend to release more sort of special editions with posters and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's get on to the story. So this is based in Italy, where we see John and Susan moving to a castle. But before we go to that part of the story, the film starts off back in the day, where we see an old woman torturing this person in the dungeon in this castle in Italy, and she feeds him like little bits of food, like the odd slice of bread with some black pudding by the looks of it, and she sort of whips him and stuff like that. He's all chained up in the dungeon, and we don't see much of him apart from his poor disheveled figure on the floor covered in blood from the whipping. Anyway, she dies, the old lady, and the castle gets left to her family, who is John and Susan, two Americans that come over to Italy because they want to sell the castle, so they can sort of like get the money from it. John is played by Jeffrey Combs, who you may know from Reanimator. This film is directed by Stuart Gordon, the director of Reanimator, so he is the main star. Susan is played by Barbara Crampton, and they have a blind daughter called Rebecca, played by Jessica Dollahide. And they arrive at this castle with their lawyer, and he's already told him he wants to sell it, but obviously still living in the cellar is this creature, and the creature is played by Jonathan Fuller. Anyway, so they move into this place, and we first of all find out that there's marital problems between John and Susan, because back in the day, we have a little flashback with John when he's dreaming at night, and he has a flashback and he's drunk and he's driving the car and he crashes the car with his daughter Rebecca in there and their son JJ, and what happens then is the son JJ dies and Rebecca gets blinded in this crash, and he gets out of it without a scratch. So his wife Susan can't stand him anymore, and so he's trying to fight for their marriage, and she doesn't want to know. Anyway, so he gets upset one night and he goes into the local town and he gets drunk and he pours one of the local prostitutes there and takes her back to the castle. and she succumbs to our end, to our creature. And so, and then others sort of fall victim to this poor fiend, if you like, that lives in the cellar. And eventually, they find the body of the servant there. They find the body of the prostitute, and the policemen believe it to be John, the murderer. So he's trying to prove himself it's not. He's been taken away to the police station, leaving Susan and Rebecca in the castle. So what's going to happen to them? You need to watch it and find out. So let's get on to the characters. Yeah, the characters are really, really cool. Jeffrey Combs is really well cool as John. He does bring a little bit of black comedy to the sort of to the takings of the film, although it's not meant to be. I think it's just his natural demeanour. He's got a demeanour about him, hasn't he? Like Bruce Campbell. You just naturally find him quite funny. Anyway, but there's nothing funny about the film. It's quite a sad story, to be honest. His wife, Susan, Barbara Crampton, she's really pretty, and she plays the role really well as a sort of depressed and very anxious and full of hate kind of wife. Rebecca, yeah, she's cool, playing the blind girl. She's believable. She hears noises going on and believes that there's someone living in this castle. Now, the creature, Jonathan Fuller, is really cool, really effective. It's quite you see his whole sort of body and stuff, which is quite gruesome. It's he plays a role really, really well. So let's get on to my final verdict. This film is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I'm scoring it a 9 out of 10. It's a solid film. If this would have been released back in the early 80s, it would have been a video nasty. There's a lot of violence in it. There's a lots of gore. There's a lot of torture. There's a lot of body parts missing. There's scenes of nipple being bitten off and all this sort of gruesome stuff. And it is quite a gruesome tale with lots of gore, and the creature effects. Wow, the creature effects are fantastic, and the story does move along at a really cool pace. It's not slow; it's a good pace film. I enjoyed that about the film. I can't think of anything negative from it. It's got a very, very strong Italian feel. It's got a big Italian cast, obviously because it's been filmed in Italy. Although it's an American film with the main actors and actresses from America, the rest are all from Italy. So it has that which draws me into the film even more to really appreciate it, because you know I love Italian films. This edition looks really nice. It's the best I've ever seen it. There is a couple of uncut scenes put into the film, and they get a little bit of film noise on there and stuff like that in those clips because they've been added into the film. I don't think 101 film had the ability to sort of clean them up to put it into the original negative, but they have cleaned the film up. It looks really good, but you can tell where the cut bits that they've put back in are, because it does look a little, oh, that looks a bit not like the rest of the film, but it doesn't take it away from it. There's only a couple of scenes like that, but it's really, really cool. It's an amazing film. I really highly recommend picking it up if you haven't. It's a great, great horror film. Castle Freak, 9 out of 10. And you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below. It's a bit of an obscurity, you know. It's not like one that's really sort of well known. It's made by Full Moon Features, which is a company I love. I will do a Full Moon week soon. I've been looking at doing that for a while and looking at some of their other films that I absolutely adore. The films I own by Full Moon, I absolutely love. This is no exception. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, I never owned this when it first came out. I just didn't. There's the alternative art there with the blind girl and sort of hands of the freak going around it. I never owned this when it first came out, so it was a new watch to me, and I loved it every single minute. So I probably will be rewatching this very, very shortly with the audio commentary. I tend to do that quite a bit, especially if I've enjoyed it. When it's my sort of bedtime and I go to bed and I thought, what should I watch? I always watch comedies, or if I don't, I put on a horror film with its audio commentary so I can listen to stuff and try and gain some information about the film. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Please, please, please check it out. It's really cool, but it is a bit gory. Check out some other horror channels for me. Check out Horror Hands, The Horror Geek, Manby Film, RS Design, Pizzawell, I'm Ice Lord, Cat Watches, Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Horror House, and The Maniac. And a massive shout out to my lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.